House will come to order.
The 2020 legislative session officially got underway last Tuesday, and the first meeting of the year featured 2 new members being sworn into office. Representative Sidney Jordan is a Minneapolis DFLer, and Representative Paul Novotny is a Republican from Elk River. Both were elected February 4th following the death of Representative Diane Loeffler and the resignation of Representative Nick Zerwas. Following the inaugural meeting, representatives from both sides of the aisle honored Representative Diane Loeffler, who passed away last November, with a moment of silence and spoke of her legacy as a legislator, colleague, and friend.
She was a tireless advocate for the North Side, and she set the bar high when it came to public service.
She was an incredibly strong woman, principled, and she fought. But she did it in a dignified and respectful way that is more rare than common. And if there's something that we can honor Diane by as we go forward, is to have a little bit more of Diane Loeffler in each of us. Minnesota is a sadder place, and the legislature is a less skilled place in her absence.
Members of the House wasted no time in getting to work on one of the issues that dominated much of the interim. The debate on how to combat skyrocketing insulin prices and provide emergency insulin to those that need it continued Tuesday afternoon when the House Commerce Committee approved House File 3100, Representative Michael Howard's proposal to create an emergency insulin assistance program.
Right now, as we speak, Minnesotans with type 1 diabetes are asking questions that many of us find difficult to comprehend. Should I buy groceries or afford my medication? What if I take a half dose today? Can I make it to my next paycheck? What happens if I lose my job and my health insurance? Will I lose my life as well? This is the reality for thousands of our friends, neighbors, and family members, and we have the power to do something about it.
Under the bill, eligible people could get up to a 3-month emergency supply of insulin. The cost of reimbursing pharmacies for emergency insulin and administrative costs would be paid for by insulin manufacturers through a registration fee. Approved by the House Commerce Committee on Tuesday and the House Health and Human Services Policy Committee on Thursday, the proposal is on the fast track in the House. Another issue that made waves in 2019 was election security funding, and on Thursday, the House State Government Finance Division heard a proposal that would appropriate federal Help America Vote Act money directly to the Office of the Secretary of State. Last session, the House and Senate struggled over how the nearly $7 million in HAVA funding should be implemented before finally being okayed as part of a law passed last May. With another $7 million in HAVA funds available to the state until December 2024, Representative Mike Freiberg hopes his proposal can head off at the pass another struggle over funds.
Just my experience the last couple of years has been that process has not added much to anything to the better good. In my mind, it's actually been more of a roadblock. I feel like election security has become held hostage to the legislature's budget concerns, and I just don't see it as a valuable addition to the process.
Minnesota is one of the few states that oversees how federal election security funding is used. Some Republicans on the division were concerned about transparency and a lack of checks and balances.
We have in this institution and in this country checks and balances, because your office, whether it's you or somebody far into the future, could end up someone there who is unscrupulous, someone who's not obeying the law. And when you take away the checks and balances, and especially away from this body, you take away the transparency.
House File 3006 was approved on a split-voice vote, and its next stop is the House Government Operations Committee. For more nonpartisan coverage of the Minnesota House of Representatives, check out our Session Daily coverage on the House website at house.mn/sessiondaily.